Most caregivers are trying to fix everything. What they actually need first is stability, not another strategy and not another thing to manage, but something solid to stand on. Most of the caregiving as we know it trains people to stay in this constant reaction mode. Something changes, a new problem shows up, a new behavior appears, and caregivers are expected to respond immediately. But being in that constant urgency creates the feeling that if you could just fix the next thing, everything would calm down. But as you know, it rarely does. And the system, it teaches caregivers to solve problems, but it doesn't teach them to stay steady while they're doing it. Burnout doesn't happen because caregivers don't care enough. It happens because stability was never built in for you. And when everything feels urgent and fragile at the same time, even the most capable person starts to feel overwhelmed. And that's not weakness. That's what happens when the ground keeps shifting underneath you. And this is why the usual advice falls flat. Take better care of yourself, make time for yourself, do something nice for yourself. That framing, it assumes caregivers are depleted because they haven't tried hard enough to recharge. But caregiving doesn't drain you because you just forgot to rest. It drains you because the system relies on endurance instead of support. And that's why, as far as I'm concerned, self care has never really fit in with caregiving. What caregivers actually need is restorative care. Because restorative care isn't about indulgences, it's about rebuilding what caregiving slowly erodes: the stability, the predictability, the shared responsibility, the emotional support. It means that you're not carrying everything alone. It means having space where you don't have to explain or justify how hard caregiving is. And it comes from not doing this alone and in isolation. And once caregivers feel steadier, solutions become easier to hold on to. And it's not because all your problems are just going to disappear like that, but it's because you're not carrying them unsupported anymore. And that's why stability has to come before the solutions. And without it, every strategy is going to feel harder than it actually should. And listen, you don't need to do more. You need steadiness, and you were never meant to build that alone. If this sounds like you're not the only one that's feeling it. So many caregivers feel this, and I hear it all the time. And there's a space to talk about caregiving in a way that centers on stability instead of endurance. And you can find this kind of support inside of the Care Shift. Listen, you don't have to fix everything today, and you don't have to do it alone anymore. If you're looking for a space that doesn't offer just solutions, but gives you stability and solutions, then I'd love for you to join us inside of the Care Shift, where every month you'll get your questions and hear other questions. I need you to know that there's a space to talk about caregiving in a way that creates stability instead of being built on your endurance. And that space is called the Care Shift. We meet once a month, and those questions that you have that just can't wait between visits, you can get answered in real time. This is the Care Shift. I'll put the link right below this video, and I hope to see you there. And until next week, I'll be here sharing with you while you're caring for them. Take care.